Hey, Matt, what can you tell us about your shop?
All right, well, welcome to POWERSPORTS OUTLET, Prescott's coolest motorcycle shop. Been around since 1995. We've been in multiple locations throughout the years. We've been here now for about 5 or 6 years at this downtown location. Come on in and take a tour.
Okay.
So we started out as a Moto Guzzi dealer, which we'll get to here in a second, but now we've branched out and try to cover a lot of bases for everybody into motorcycling in the Tri-City area. You can see down here we've got a good selection of dirt bikes, shirts, dirt bike apparel, dirt bike gear, basic stuff for all kinds of bikes in town, oil filters, oil, clutch levers, all, you break something on your dirt bike, we might have it here for you, just come on in. So we've tried to really expand that so that people don't have to come in and order stuff and wait. But if it is something we need to order, we can do it. Our parts counter up here, we can order just about anything you want. We specialize in European, Japanese, and now that some of the Chinese stuff has really started to make a name for itself and is becoming quality bikes, we're also dealing with a few of those brands. So.
The Chinese are making better products now?
The Chinese are. About 20 years ago, we tried some of the Chinese dirt bikes and just to see how they were, and it was not good. The metallurgy wasn't good. We'd get them out of the crate, the bolts were cross-threaded from the factory, stuff didn't work. You'd go to a show and you could tell that they were just copying what they saw. So you'd see a 4-stroke motorcycle with a big old 2-stroke pipe on it just because they thought that's what it was supposed to have. So we stopped doing it for quite a few years. But nowadays, it's pretty amazing how far they've come in a short amount of time. It's really reminiscent of when the Japanese came in and you had all the Triumphs and British stuff and American stuff was the big bikes, but their quality was really, starting to go downhill. And the Japanese came in, they started making really reliable, started out with small bikes, and I mean, look at them now. So this is a Benda. We've just got them in recently. They've been in the world for a few years now, but they're brand new to the States. They came in with a couple 300s and 500 cruisers, and I mean, for the price, it's just a great looking and nice quality motorcycle. The biggest thing that's happened now too with the Chinese stuff is they're being imported and backed up by quality companies here in the States. So you can get service manuals, we can get parts. They come with a warranty. Whereas before, people would just order a container full of bikes, sell them, and you'd never see them again. So It's a big difference. It's just like having a Honda or an Aprilia or whatever anymore. People come in, they drive by, they see the bikes out there, and they see the building, and it's a little bit deceptive. People are a little surprised then when they come in and see just kind of how big it is and how much inventory that we do have. So
what do you have over here? Are these used?
Yeah, so these are usually our kind of nicer, newer consignment bikes or used bikes. Like I said, a lot of European stuff usually finds its way here. It's what we try to specialize in service and somewhat in sales. We get some nice Triumphs, BMWs, Ducatis. We've got some older cool Moto Guzzis over there. More scooters over here. And then we've got a large array of helmets, some with Bluetooth in them, modulars, everything you could want. It's actually harder to get that HJC helmet over there. They've stopped making it. People still love that just basic 3/4 open face helmet, get the wind in your face.
I do. I just love it.
I mean, if you're not, cruising on the interstate or whatever, it's a great helmet. Over here, we've got all the new Moto Guzzis. So the Moto Guzzi started out in 1921. I was actually just back at the factory and the museum a few weeks ago. They redid their museum and they've got 3 levels of just hundreds of Moto Guzzis that they made throughout the years. It's pretty impressive. It was really cool to see all of them. But they started out all kinds of different engine configurations, racing, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And then in the late 60s, they came out with their transverse V-twin air-cooled motor. And they have adopted that as their signature for their bike and have carried it on ever since. They still do kind of somewhat basic, simple, air-cooled, and then they've also now branched out into 1000cc liquid-cooled, fully modern motorcycles. Cruise control, traction control, all the bells and whistles. There's still some stuff that's a little bit basic, but even the most basic ones now are coming with some of the bells and whistles. Here we've got a custom cool Moto Guzzi that Jim Knapp, who's the owner here, back in the day when we had more time just to fiddle around with bikes and create cool things. He did this one in conjunction with a guy named Evan Wilcox. They did all handmade aluminum bodywork. Jim did the whole frame, engine. It gets a lot of looks and people love it.
Well, I came in here years ago and I tried to buy this.
Yeah. And I had to put the sign on there that's not for sale.
And I think you said it isn't for sale, it's the owner's. And I was really disappointed because this is just such a cool bike.
It is, yeah. It's not something you see every day for sure. We've been a Marini dealer now for a few years, and they're fantastic. They offer a 3-year warranty, great support here in the country, so it's really been a great bike. And one of their deals on like the Escape is they're putting super high quality components on it. So it's Marzocchi forks, KYB shock, Brembo brakes, Bosch fuel injection, all for, you know, under $7,000 right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So you really can't beat it for the bang for the buck. So this is another big Chinese brand that's really making a name for themselves called Benelli. And they're
Benelli's a Chinese brand?
It's, you know, a lot of them like Moto Marini, Benelli, they're kind of conglomeration with Italian design and styling and then manufacturing in China.
Really?
Yeah, but same thing where they're making them with warranties and support. Everything from a little 135 Honda Grom kind of bike all the way up to the new 700 adventure touring bike. You know, a lot of the brands that we were doing were just going bigger and bigger, but the trend has been, even with young people, it's, you know, they used to go out and they'd buy a 600cc sport bike, but now you see them on 300s, 400s, and it's good to see because, I mean, light, fun bikes, we've always loved them.
Yes.
You know, it's just a ton of fun and you can still get where you need to go and it's a lot less expensive. So we've been looking for other brands to kind of bring in that smaller displacement market.
I think that's a great idea myself.
Yeah, and it's where you should, I mean, I started on 250 on a street bike and most of us did back then, you know, and you learn and you work your way up. So
I started on a Rupp mini bike with a Briggs & Stratton engine.
I had one of those that delivered my paper route on, yep. The rear brake was just a metal lever that came over the rear tire to stop you and you'd go through back tires like crazy.
And they didn't work very well.
Nope. It was great when it was running, but yeah, it was hardly ever running, so it was fun. We've been a GPX and Cove dealer for quite a while. Again, Chinese brand, but they're doing it right. The GPX line, they do small pit bikes all the way up to 450, and then they do a great 300 two-stroke nowadays, but same thing, backing it up with good quality.
And they're still making two-strokes. I thought that was the thing of the past.
There's not many anymore for sure. Yeah, but there's still the 300 out there. You know, it's got enough torque and you can actually trail ride it here in Prescott. They're all coming street legal, especially in Arizona. You can street legal just about anything. And then the Cove Rally has been a great bike. They were kind of one of the first ones to really make a full-on rally style bike and sell it street legal here in the country. But it's got 8 gallons worth of gas. You've got 3 gas tanks, 1, 2. This one's a gas tank back here too. So,
wow,
yeah.
Who knew? I didn't know
right?
that.
Yeah, you can do some distance, but they race it in Dakar, and they learn and they make it better. So we also do service. Like I said, in our service department, we try to specialize. You know, most European stuff finds its way here: BMWs, Triumphs, Ducatis, Aprilia, Vespa, all that stuff. We also work on most Japanese things that aren't too old and they're in good condition. But we've got a full service shop. We can do anything. We've got a Ducati on the lift getting the valve adjustment, basic Honda getting a tire change, so on and so forth.
Well, this is great.
Yep. If you come back for later videos, we'll go through some of the bikes specifically, teach you about some of the brands that we carry here at the shop.
Thank you for giving us the tour, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks.